Hello, my name is Maria Renteria, and this is actually my first YouTube video. Kind of nervous because this is my first one, but I'm actually gonna answer 15 questions so that you can get to know me a little bit better. I'm 25 years old, and I actually live in Los Angeles, born and bred here. I'm a museum professional, or just recent museum professional. Recently graduated with my master's in May 2014. I like museums. As I said, I'm a museum professional. Definitely love working in museums, love visiting museums, if I could live in a museum, I would live in a museum. I also like art connected to the museum, DIY projects, as well as crafts and stuff like that. So I love to be artistic and all that sort of things. I also like to design. I am a self-taught graphic designer, so I taught myself all the Photoshop, Illustrator, all those programs you can think about, and so I just learned by myself. I also like to be active. I don't like to be inside for too long, per se, so I like to play soccer. I love running, so I can run. I like running. I like to run miles, so usually when I run, it's like a minimum of 5 miles. I love fashion and beauty. I love to dress up. I like to wear dresses. I like to wear different types of clothing, express myself in clothing. I like to do my hair. I like to, that all the girly stuff that I like to do. I like to have adventures. I'm always up for a spontaneous adventure of the day, just to randomly leave and point somewhere random in the map, in the close vicinity of us. And if whenever I can, I like to do road trips and stuff like that, and explore different cities and explore different worlds. And I traveled the world per se, so I've been to different places already. I love photography. I am obsessed with cameras. Like, I have so many cameras, I don't kid you, that I need to stop collecting cameras. But I love photography. I love, taking out my camera and filming random objects and random things and capturing random moments. And definitely editing them is very fun, and seeing people's reaction, and it's just, a memory is definitely in a photograph, and it lasts longer. I'm planning to make adventure videos. This is not my first YouTube uploaded. This is my first YouTube being featured as myself. I do have adventure videos of in San Francisco and stuff like that, so check them out. So I do love to do adventure videos. I want to do DIY projects or DIY videos because they're fun. I always do something, and my friends and my family are always asking, how did you do that? And I'm like, oh, I should film myself next time and stuff like that. So I like to do DIY projects. Haul videos. I love to find a bargain. I love shopping. I love just showing people what you can get, in these random places, and it's just so fun sharing them with them. I do it with my family. I show them what I buy, and they do the same thing, so might as well just film it right. Once in a while I'll do vlogs because it's just fun. That day might be fun. It might be a day in the park, or a day, sightseeing in the city, or just a random day, stuff like that. And I also like to do tutorials on designing, photography, stuff like that. Like, I used to teach tutorial workshops and stuff like that, so it'll be fun to translate it into video. Maybe I will film one of my workshops that I do, so that'll be great. I love cooking, and I have tons of recipe of Latino cuisine, mixed cuisine and American cuisine, Southern food cuisine. You know, I just love food overall. I used to be a blogger for food, for this old newspaper that I used to write for. So I'm just gonna try to keep up with that, do videos, stuff like that. So you might find those in my channel. Oh, I have to admit, I am a social media junkie. I did mention I am a museum professional, and one of the fields in museums is social media, and I actually want to pursue a career in that. And you know, because I'm so addicted to Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and stuff like that. You know, my Instagram is like very artsy and stuff, and you can actually follow me at pinksoccer89, and it's just, you know, it's just a mode of like showing your art and stuff like that, and I love it, and it's so fun to like do and see what people are doing and what are they filming, and like it's just everyday. Like if you're interested in everyday life, like that's the place to go. I'm addicted to Pinterest. Like I said before, I like to do DIYs, you know, like fashion and all that stuff. So I am a Pinterest junkie. I am to the max. Where Pinterest even sent me an email. So definitely, if they take note, then I probably have an addiction to it. Shopping. I love shopping. If I had to like do a pastime favorite, like if you gave me the option of shopping or going on a hike, I would choose shopping, because I think it incorporates two things: hiking in the store and shopping. So I am addicted to finding like unusual stuff, pretty stuff. I don't know. It's just finding those rare things amongst all the things is what I like to do. Exploring. I like to explore. I like to know the history of each city that I go and visit. You know, the little weird things about the city, the scary things about the city, or the scary things about the country as well, because I've been to the country. But I definitely love exploring, and as you can see, I'm going to have adventure videos of me exploring cities and in the countryside and stuff like that, so expect that in my channel. I lived in various places. I'm actually from LA, so if you count places I've been to for longer than a month, so I'm going to count those, because I actually did rent an apartment or did live in an apartment, or not a hotel, in those places. So I was born in LA, grew up here up to the age of 23, with visiting other places and living in other places for a month. I did move to San Francisco for 2 years. That was a great experience. I love San Francisco, you know, and I love LA. I love LA. My heart's always going to be in LA. But if I had to choose a second place to live, like a backup place, that would be San Francisco. I definitely love San Francisco. The environment, the creativeness, just the culture is way different than LA. And it's, you know, really, but then also I miss a lot of things from LA. The Mexican food is really, you know, it's where LA is correct, and I love it. I also lived in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I did a study abroad program over there, and it was an amazing opportunity. I loved it, you know, the culture, and I love just the atmosphere, the city life, and all that stuff. So, you know, Buenos Aires was a great place to like live for a while, just for a few months, but nothing more. Another place I lived was in Mexico, in what is called Mérida. I lived there for several months. Again, another study abroad program. I loved it. You know, the culture and it's different. This is different from where my family's from, which is Jalisco, the other side of Mexico. So you know, it's really different. I loved it. You know, it's not a careless environment, but it's like carefree. Like, you know, you live day by day, and it's just a wonderful experience that I loved and stuff like that. I lived in various parts of LA, even though from South Bay to like West LA, which is like Culver City and stuff like that, Westwood area, and, you know, stuff like that. So I lived in various parts of LA. So that's the place I've lived. Basically all summed up, you know. I am actually left-handed, so hooray for the left-handers. I know there's a few of us, and we're predicted to die earlier than right-handers because everything is made for the right-handed world, and we're prone to accidents because of the equipment is made for right-handed people, so I celebrate that. Monsters Inc. I love their CD, and it's just their music is amazing. Their vocals is just amazing. Their acoustic sound. I love acoustic music, so you know, it's something like that. And their lyrics are just wonderful. They're like stories and being told, and you know, they don't make sense sometimes, but you know, when you listen to them over and over, they start making sense, and you start seeing the story and stuff like that. Another singer that I'm into, I love Shakira. Shakira can never do wrong. Just a few songs are questionable, but I always follow Shakira. Another singer of mine is Selena. I love Selena. Who else do I like? That's a great question. I should go into my Spotify and see who am I listening to. Oh, favorite DJ has to be Calvin Harris. I love that. I love his music. He is really awesome with his music. Let's see. Shia. I love Shia. I love Shia before she was Chandelier. Shia. She's amazing vocals, just amazing writer, you know. Andre, awesome. Kaya Trece. I love Kaya Trece. I love their political music. It's just, you know, their lyrics are very great. I love Coldplay. Katy Perry's awesome. Coella's awesome too. They're two amazing vocals. Lights, I love that. The XX, I love them too. They're awesome. Birdie is awesome. I love her music. Mumford and Sons, how could I forget about them? The Lumineers, I love them too. And I love Ellen Goulding. She has an amazing talent for writing music, and you know, I love that techno kind of spin to it. I'm gonna give this to Coke. I am addicted to Coke. I love Coke. I actually collect stuff that say Coke on it, so and preferably vintage stuff. But I love Coke, and if I were to get between American Coke or Pepsi Coke, it would be Mexican Coke. It tastes sweeter. It has more gas, I believe, and it's different. And glass, I don't know, glass, I feel like you can taste a little bit of the tin can in the tins, so Cokes. So yeah, it's Coke for me. And the next question is, are you a morning person or a night person? I am definitely a night person. You're gonna notice that when my videos a lot, like I film at night, because I don't know, I just can't get up. I get up for work, and I can get up for classes and stuff like that, or like if I promise to be somewhere at a certain time. But if I had the option to meet someone or some place, be in some place later, I would prefer that option. I'm just a night out. I can be up until like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it won't affect me at all. So that's just me. Can I give it to Frappuccinos? I love fraps. I love them to the max. I mean, I can, if I had the option of drinking one every day, I would. But, you know, it's not healthy. It has a lot of sugar in it. So, you know, and I prefer coffee bean fraps. The dark chocolate frap is delicious. It's one of my favorites. I was sad when I went to San Francisco because they only have 2 coffee beans and they're like right next to each other in downtown SF, and it's just like an hour away from where I live. San Francisco, if you commute by bus, everything's an hour away. So I lived in the Sunset area of San Francisco, which is the other side of San Francisco, if you kind of know the geography of it. So it would take me an hour to get to downtown, and it's just not fun to get an hour in the bus, on the Mini specifically, and it's just, so I'm happy that I'm back in LA and I can get my coffee bean. But I'm still a Starbucks fan. I love Starbucks. I would drink a frappuccino and then a tea afterwards because I'm a gold member and they give free teas to you gold members. So I'm definitely I can't say I'm a coffee addict. I just like coffee. I won't drink it every day because it just gets me wired too much where I can't sleep, and it's just too bad. Like, coffee is really strong for me. So that's it. So it's a tie. But preferably frappuccino, if that considered is coffee. Hard to say what my favorite food is because I love food. Like I mentioned before, I used to write a blog about food. Used to make my own food recipes. I read books about food. That's how much I love food. But if I had to give it to one, I would say that of all the winners, it's actually mole, which is a Mexican dish. It's delicious. They're all different types of mole. I love all different types of mole. I love my green mole, which is verde mole, mole verde. I love my red mole, which is mole rojo. Or I also love my chocolate mole. All these different types of mole. I can't go through the whole list of moles because there's like moles oaxaqueñas, moles poblanas. So there's all these different types of moles. I just love mole. And if you're ever in LA, during October, they have what's called the Mole Festival. And I try to go every year. I just missed it the last 2 years because I was living in San Francisco. But, like, it is awesome. You get to taste all different types of mole. You get to, like, talk to people who love mole and, like, make mole on a daily basis. It's a hard to do dish. It's a time-consuming dish. It's like a day's worth of work making mole. So that's how delicious it is. It's, like, worth that work. Oh, there's so many things I'm excited for. I'm excited for Halloween. I love Halloween. I love dressing up. I love making my costumes. Maybe I can feature a DIY on the costumes I'm making. And I make several costumes because I go to several parties or several Halloween haunts. What else? I am excited for the Hunger Games Mockingjay. And I'm so excited. Look at this. This is how big of a fan I have. Like, I've been having this phone since the first Hunger Games, and it's just awesome. I'm due for an upgrade soon, but I'm so sad that I'm gonna have to, like, destroy this. But I'm gonna take this off and put it in my new phone and just carry it with me everywhere. And I'm obsessed with Hunger Games. It's an awesome book. You know, if you ever have the chance to read it, I recommend you reading the series and stuff like that. It's just really awesome. And Mockingjay looks amazing from the trailers that I've seen. And I'm excited for that. Like, I already have it marked down. I'm going to buy my tickets once it's released to the public. And, yeah, that's what I'm excited for. Oh, another thing is hot cocoa. I love hot cocoa. Kind of goes with my coffee addiction, which is mochas. I love mochas. So hot cocoa is the thing I love the most during this season. But unfortunately here in LA, it is like 90 degrees every day. Yesterday was 100 and something degrees in downtown LA. So yeah, not excited because it's hot, but it's cold. But then it's kind of a relief. I lived in San Francisco for 2 years now, and I lived in San Francisco for 2 years, and it's just, you know, foggy. That is the only downside of San Francisco, is that it's foggy. Don't know how foggy it is until you reach out your hand and you can't even see your hand. Like, yeah, you can't see your hand. I love the Hunger Games. You know, every time I travel, I have the Hunger Games movies on my iPad and stuff like that. But now that I'm looking at my DVDs, yes, I do have DVDs. I'm a very old soul per se. Pride and Prejudice has to be one of my favorite movies. It's just beautifully filmed. The acting is beautiful, and it's just like a very good film. I love the book, and I love how they did justice to the book. So it's really hard to put a book into a film, but they did a fantastic job. And then let me look at the other ones that I have up there. Hocus Pocus. Like I said, I love Halloween, and that's a movie that, you know, brings me back to my childhood when I was growing up. Big Fish. I love Big Fish. Big Fish is such an awesome movie, and it's very artistic, and I love it, and it's just an awesome, awesome movie. Another one I like, and I'm looking up still because my movies are up there. Little Rascals. I love Little Rascals. That's one of my favorite little children's movie. It's just so funny, and I love the scene where he's like, "What's the number for 911? I don't know." That was just my favorite part of that movie. Another one, Amores Perros. It's a very graphic movie, but if you have the appropriate age, you should definitely watch it. It's a really good Spanish movie. I love it. I had to write a whole paper about it, and I was so excited to write the paper about it. So it was a really good movie. Oh, another one is The Pianist. Right now, I mean, I should do like a whole video about my favorite movies based on genre, or like what's in my queue for Netflix or something. I'm going to end every video with a quote of the day, just because I feel quotes are uplifting, and, you know, that shows that, you know, other people have the same thoughts, and like, or other people can inspire you to do things and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm going to give a positive quote because I believe that if you start positive and you end positive, you're going to have a positive life. So the quote of the day is, "The things you are passionate about are not random. They are your calling." So the quote is by Fabienne Fredrickson. Yes. So that is the end of my video. I'm going to link all my social networks down there, or social media stuff down there, so you can hit me up or stuff like that. And if you have any comments about like what type of videos I should do, or like ways to improve my videos or stuff like that, you know, this is my first video, so it's very nerve-wracking. I might have not looked to the camera a lot. I'm a very shy person, so I'm trying to get over that and see how I can do. But if you have any comments, or if you want to do any DIYs or any stuff like that, or if you have questions about grad school or undergraduate school, or questions about graphic design or museums, or, you know, like, are you interested in working in museums, let me know. And let me know if also, I have a question. Do you guys like to go to museums? I would definitely like to know what you guys think about that, because that is a career I chose, and I definitely want to find out what the public wants, or what you guys want of museums. So let me know down on the comment section what you like about museums, or if you like museums. So, and I'll see you later. Bye.